This week we're going to talk about intentionality and what that looks like in the real world. And can't really do that sitting in the house, not encountering that world. So we're going to try something new. So in intentionality in real life, it's hard to accomplish that when you are not out in the real world. I mean, it's easy to do stuff from home, but when you're actually encountering other people and other things, it's not so easy. The Mishnah gives us the example of if you're riding on a donkey. So if you're riding on a donkey, you are having to control it, you're having to lead it to where it's supposed to go, and you're not necessarily being able to put all of your intentionality into what you're doing, in this case, prayer. And so, since we're not riding a lot of donkeys, I want you to imagine for a moment that you're in the car. Now, in the car, we do all sorts of driving, which is comparable, let's say, to leading the donkey, right? I can't drive and also pay attention to what I'm doing. It's like when you check the car radio, right? You're not paying attention, right? That's why you say, don't text and drive. Couldn't pray if you can't text, right? Those things are not compatible. We are left with a situation where you can't focus your intentionality while in the car. And so the Mishnah says you have to get off the donkey, or in our case, out of the car. Right. So it doesn't work. You can't pay attention when you're in the car. You have to get out. You have to focus your energies differently. So in this case, the Mishnah says if you can't ride your donkey, you can't drive your car while praying, you should, and you're not facing the right direction, you should at least try and face your face, right, towards the east. And if you can't do that, at least intend your heart. Meaning to say that both physical orientation as well as spiritual orientation is valuable. And so what I think we should take from this Mishnah about where our intentionality is and how we encounter the world when we're outside and we're doing other things is we should take the time to get off the donkey and pay attention. This is true in relationships. This is true regardless if that relationship is with God or with a friend or with a loved one. We need to stop what we're doing that is distracting us. We need to give people and God our attention. Our full attention. In fact, attention is what we give the least these days. And so the intention that I want you to have, at least for this Monday, is give your full attention to something. See what that feels like. And I imagine it'll feel a little differently. See you next week.